It's been in my family since 1790.
Hey, Emma, can you bring me that remote? Can you bring me that remote? That one right there. Bring it to me.
What's the remote for?
To turn the volume down so I can hear. Hmm?
Really quiet.
Because mommy's trying to listen to something, okay? Say hi.
Hello? I'm not sure if this is working, but I'm going to try and join in with you guys, so I'll see if I can hear it, and if not, then you guys, I'll disconnect when I pick up Michelle.
Mind-blowing chocolate that I've really listened to. But I think your ice cream consistency is perfect too.
How does he not taste the shrimp or the onion or whatever else is in that chocolate? It really seems like we're actually pretty neck and neck on this one.
Just had your desserts without which is finding a spots out here. And we just want this out there.
Well, yeah,
and if either one of them is enough, you can't
so one issue slightly at the other. And how many people think this should different conversation.
So Chef Renee, I'm sorry, but I'm going to leave the rest of that match right here in this place. Taste. Sorry, Chef, I'm valiant effort. A real pleasure watching you. So, good job, man. I was the best chef out there by far. Let's face it, the food was the best. Consistency, the cake was the best. The ice cream was the best.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi. Gorgeous are always meeting.
Hi, Emily. She's so cute.
Hey, they don't want to hear your joke, okay?
She can tell us a joke.
You want to know a joke?
Goldfishes are always sweet and they never say excuse me.
Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi.
Why am I? Hold on a
Goldfishes
second.
are always sweet.
What's happening? Hi, Emily. Okay, that's right. I had like the YouTube thing that I was testing, like playing in the background, but it was like on delay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I don't know who else is getting on. I don't. Oh, Amanda.
Rebecca.
Oh, and
Hey.
Rebecca. Yay.
Going.
Awesome.
Wait.
Hey. All right, let me see. I want to make sure I write everybody's names down because I'm going to draw some of you for prizes. Okay. Okay. So I just want to talk to you guys because so many of you have messaged me that you're feeling really frustrated or feeling really defeated these last couple months. And I just wanted you to know, like, I'm right there with you. And it was exactly the same way last year at this time. I think I told you guys this, but in September, I had one successful point for the whole month. One little point, and I actually didn't even realize that I had 1 point until October because somebody just happened to order Shakeology on the last day of the month that I didn't know she was ordering, and it was like a surprise. And that was the first time this month that I missed Success Club, and I was really bummed because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Beachbody has this thing called Success Club All-Stars, and you get an award at the end of the year if you hit Success Club every month, and then when you go to Summit, you get all these ribbons to go on your badge, and they give you an extra one if you're Success Club All-Star. So I made it all the way until September, and then I lost that. Kind of crappy. And then last month, October was pretty rough too. I had like my lowest paycheck that I've ever had since I became Diamond in October. And then November was pretty rough, I thought, starting out. But like the last week of November, I was at my in-laws, for Thanksgiving. And just, like, I told myself I had to hit Success Club. Like, 2 months of not hitting Success Club was ridiculous. And I think that I let myself slide in October because I thought, like, wow, I already, like, missed getting Success Club All-Stars, so, like, what's the point, And I don't know, like, I just kind of had to snap out of that. And then I ended up as of Thanksgiving, I still had 0 Success Club points for the month of November, and then I finished the month with 5. So I ended up getting 5 points just like in a couple days. So not, where I would normally be at, but I just like made that decision that that's what was going to happen, and I just did it. Like you have to figure it out, But I think that I probably was like in November feeling the same way you guys were, like people weren't responding or people weren't committing the way that they normally do throughout the year, and it's just really frustrating because you feel like you put a lot of time in and you're not getting a lot back out of it. But I also know that like now I think about it and I remember feeling this exact same way last year, and I remember like messaging Jen and I was like thinking about quitting because I was like, this is just really like, this is really hard. But she like encouraged me to just hang on, and January and February last year were really, really awesome. And it was kind of a perfect storm last year because, so January, everybody makes a New Year's resolution and gets like in this mode that they're gonna like buy a treadmill and whatever. So the same thing obviously happens with body. Like, not only do you get, all these people that have been putting you off all year will commit, but then if you're Emerald or above, the leads that you get in January are pretty crazy. So just that in itself, the whole New Year's plan and idea is really big. But then in February last year was when 21 Day Fix came out, and that was insane. Like, I mean, it was just crazy. Like, it sold out, and people were still ordering it on back order, even knowing they'd have to wait 6 weeks for it. It was just nuts. And this year in February, 21 Day Fix Extreme is coming out. And what's so cool about that is we all have customers that have bought 21 Day Fix. And every single one of those people will probably buy 21 Day Fix Extreme from you, because if they've been doing 21 Day Fix for a while, they're going to want to step up to something that's challenging but is familiar to them. And there's a modifier, so it's like doable for even people who haven't done 21 Day Fix. But we talk all the time about making a list and going through that list. Well, there's your list for you. Like, go through your customer database in your back office and look at every person that's bought 21 Day Fix, every person who's asked you about it, who's commented on your posts about it, like all those people. That's a huge list. So I bet each one of us could write down 50 people right now that at some point have commented, liked, asked, or bought 21 Day Fix from us. So right there, 50 people that you could go out to and talk to 21 Day Fix Extreme. You're going to want to start talking to those people soon, because if you plant that seed now and then they make this New Year's resolution in January, you can get them into a clean eating group or something in January while they're waiting for that 21 Day Fix Extreme to come out, or get them back into doing a prep round of 21 Day Fix and while they wait for 21 Day Fix Extreme. There's just it's just such a huge opportunity, and I know that it's just going to blow up. It's going to be crazy. So I don't know. So the other thing, I posted about this in the group the other day, but, things have been hard, and like I said, it's not just us. I know I was talking to Jen Richardson, and she was frustrated because her team volume is just really low overall, and, when you're diamond and above, low volume on your team means a low paycheck, that's when that's your full-time job and you plan on the income, that can be kind of frustrating. And, but I don't know what in the world happened on our team this week, but our volume right now is the highest it's ever been before. So I think part of that was the Black Friday sale, obviously, but something crazy happened with you guys, because it's through the roof, and it's really exciting to see that happen, even when, we're all saying we're struggling and it's really tough, but things are still progressing and getting better. And I think, like I said, it's just going to keep getting better in January and February especially. So okay, so I'm going to shrink this window down, so I don't know what's going to happen here when I shrink this. We'll find out. Okay, so Jen posted this thing that Mindy Wender posted. Did anybody read this yet? About the big wave?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. She posted in there, a to-do list, right? Everything that we're going to do. So we're all going to do all of these things, all the daily, all the weekly, all the monthly for the rest of the year, because we all want that big wave to happen in January, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is every day I'm going to make a post, and I want you to comment on it when you have done all those things on her daily to-do list. Now, I'm just looking, because I think all of them will apply to everybody. I think maybe the only ones that won't in the weekly and monthly is one of them is giving recognition to your team. So if you don't have a team yet, then obviously that wouldn't apply to you. But maybe we could change that up to just talking about your team in general or something like that. But so I'm going to make a post starting tomorrow, and there's 10 things. So I mean, if you look at this is kind of what a Power Hour Plus should be anyway. So it's something that you should all be doing no matter what. But I'm I'm going to give away surprises for the people who actually do it. But I want you guys to think of this almost like an assignment. You know, Ashley and I had talked about, I don't think Ashley's on here tonight. I think it's like bedtime for her kiddos right now. But we had just talked about, you know, if your boss gives you something to do, like, you do it. But when you give yourself something to do, it's more challenging to do it. And it's like challenging to follow through on that. And we tend to like prioritize other things. So for the next, 3.5 weeks, I want you guys to like think of these things as like, this is something that your boss is telling you to do and your job depends on it. Because I promise you that if you treat Beachbody more like your job, then the paycheck's going to treat you more like it's coming from a job. So these tips that Cindy gave are just spot on. So what we're going to do is, the number one is you have to work out and drink Shakeology. I know some of us don't work out every day, so one or the other. And I know some of us don't drink Shakeology, so again, just one or the other. Read and listen to personal development. So I want you guys to like post either what you read, picture of the book, something like that. Invite 2 people to the next challenge group. So either the challenge group that you're running for a fitness program or clean eating group or a holiday survival guide, something. I want you to personally invite 2 people. And I don't mean putting a flyer up on your Facebook page and hoping somebody responds. Like, I want you to send a message to 2 people per day. And then meet 3 to 5 new people daily. So this would mean either meeting somebody in person or just adding somebody on Instagram or on Facebook. So we want to expand our network by 3 to 5 people per day. Post in your challenge group or coach groups daily. I know a lot of you don't have like PS coach groups yet, so just really focus on the challenge groups, like posting in those and keeping those moving, because again, a lot of those people that are in our clean eating group and our holiday survival guide are not customers yet. So if you keep them engaged this month of December, they're going to come to you in January when they're looking to get more serious about finding a program or buying Shakeology or whatever it might be. Look at your online office updates and listen to any calls that you need to listen to. So the wake-up call, if there's a Fit Couture, I know there's one coming up on Sunday night, a Fit Couture team call, anything that you normally listen to. Do that. Check your online office, especially those of you that are getting leads. Make sure you're looking every day because you don't want to wait too long to message that person, if you have a lead come in. And Beachbody's not great about notifying you. Like, every once in a while I get an email that I have a new lead, but not very often. And then track your progress to whatever method you're using, if you're using the BAT or if you're using the notebook or whatever. Reviewing your goal sheet. I don't know. We can talk about this in a minute. I'm interested to know how everybody keeps track of their goals or how they write them down and all that. Return all messages within 24 to 48 hours. And respond to people on your Facebook page. I'd tell you today I was like scrolling through my newsfeed and I saw another coach, not on our team, but in the Fit Couture family, that posted something yesterday about, I think it was pump that she was doing. And somebody asked her yesterday if she was following a video to do it or if she was just doing it on her own. And she never responded to like their thing. And then she commented again saying, just answer me when you have a minute or something. And I thought, gosh, if she would have messaged her last night, she maybe would have like sold that program. So just make sure you're like checking your notifications, and you don't have to be tied to Facebook or anything, but just make sure you're checking, because the longer time goes by, that's when people start searching Amazon and they start looking on eBay or wherever they can find stuff, and we know we don't like that. So and then post 2 to 3 times on Facebook using our 80-20 rule, that it's 80 personal, 20% business. And focus on branding yourself. So those are the things we're going to do every day. So again, I'm going to make a post every day. Here's your list. I'm going to copy and paste it, and I want you to tell me when you did all those things. And I'm going to give away some little goodies for people that participate and do what they're supposed to do. So then our weekly goal is going to be to hit Success Club. If you have your own coaches, help them also hit Success Club. Try to fill up your challenge group with at least 3 to 5 people monthly. I think that we all do a really good job of that, and plus some, because our challenge groups usually go pretty well. And then one of these is create 1 video per month. So that can be anything. So it could be posting a video on Facebook. It could be posting in one of your training groups. I just want you guys to get comfortable with making videos because it seems like YouTube is getting more popular and having videos in the newsfeed is more popular. So if that's something that you're comfortable with, then you'll be able to do that, if you need to. And I know I've seen a few of you do that already, that you're posting videos in your newsfeed. I know Courtney posted one the other day to invite people to the intro group, which was kind of cool. And I think it worked well for her. She got a couple people. So, and then if you have a blog, make sure you're writing at least 1 post per week to keep it fresh. And then, again, giving recognition to your team weekly and monthly. And then setting monthly goals for yourself, and then break it down into weeks for what you need to do to get there. So if your goal is to add 5 coaches this month, that means that you need to add, at least 1 per week into one of those weeks, or however it works out. Maybe you want to hit Success Club 10, so it would be a good idea to shoot for selling at least 1 challenge pack a week. And then posting an accountability or team call for your coaches. So that would be this. This would be an accountability call. So you're all golden on that one. So tomorrow when we post this, you can already say you did number 8 on the monthly list. 9 is posting what is coaching calls. That's kind of out of date because we do the groups now, but most of you there's an intro group running right now, so if you have somebody in it, that's awesome. And then try to focus on the personal development you're going to do next month. So pick your book, your audio, whatever you're going to do. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to keep track of it, and I want you to think of it like an assignment, and I'm your boss who's going to fire you if you don't do it. Not really. Just kidding. Kind of. So, okay. I'm making sure I have everybody written down that's on here. Okay, so now I want you guys to just ask me questions. I don't know, I was talking to Rebecca and Amanda the other night, or yesterday I think it was, and I told Rebecca, I'm like, any question you have, just ask me. There's no secret, that I have that I'm not going to, share with you or something. It's not some, exclusive thing. I want you guys to be able to do everything, to be able to go diamond or meet your goals. So any, burning question you have, I want you to just, lay it on the table and get it out there, because if you're thinking it, somebody else is probably thinking it too.
I have a question.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I'm having kind of a hard time hearing you guys. But I think that I really suck at recruiting people. I can make sales, but I am just having the hardest time finding people who will either go through with even going into intro to coaching once I tell them a little bit more about what coaching is, or even finding people who I think, oh yeah, they would be a good coach. And I want to know how all of the rest of you guys have kind of identified your coaches, or I guess how you've really sold them, because when I first started out as a coach, I did really well, I think, in getting people into the intro to coaching group, and then by the end of the 5 days, they were like, no, sorry, this isn't for me.
Okay, so something just fell. I don't know what that was, sorry. It crashed in my kitchen. I don't know what it was. Okay, so I know this is probably going to sound bad, but it's not, I promise. But I think, it's funny, I was just talking to Katie Flynn about this the other day, but I think you kind of have to fake it until you make it a little bit. And what I mean by that is that I think that some people are hesitant to join somebody when they don't feel like they're established already, or they don't already have a coach. So for you, Nicole, I see you a lot of times talking on Facebook about you're drinking your Shakeology and you are doing your workouts and stuff, but I don't see you talking as much about your team or whatever. And you don't even have to be talking about like your team. You could be talking about us in general, but other people don't necessarily know that. But I think like you have to really sell people on the idea of being on a team, because I think, one of the things that I think about all the time is I wish for all the world that I could somehow show people what it's like to be on the team without them actually being on it. Because I think that most of us can agree that, we were hesitant to join, but once you do, you see this really awesome, supportive, uplifting environment that is so uncommon. And you feel like it's a family and you have friends, and it's just really cool. But it's really hard to like explain that to other people and to make somebody else like want to join for that reason. But in all reality, I think that that's part of the reason that some coaches hang on as long as they do and keep trying, because it's just such a cool thing to be a part of. So I think that you have to play that up more. Like just talk about, how much you love your team. And, we have all this cool stuff coming up for the holidays. We're making these, these bags that we're donating to a homeless shelter. And, even though we're all spread out across the country, we're all helping. People are mailing things in, and it's going to be really cool. And, I think even just talking about stuff like that we're doing as a team, even though we're all far apart, we can come together and like work on something collectively. Like those are the things that people want to be a part of. So we have to make that appealing to people. So I think, kind of shift gears and talk a little bit more about your team and how coaching has changed you. Obviously still talk about working out and drinking Shakeology because that's really important. But I think if we just shift gears a little bit and really talk about, the coaching thing, I think that would be really good. But I think people need to see that aspect of it, because I think they're hesitant to join because they don't know what to expect, and that's scary and it's hard. And I think it's even harder. Like, I have somebody that I've been talking to for like 3 months about coaching, and she keeps asking about Story Fitness, which is like a husband and wife team that they're like ranked in the top 100 in Beachbody. And she's like, well, why, like when I Google you, do I not like find your webpage and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking like, well, then just go sign up with them, because like I'm not like well known enough or established enough to join my team that I'm not going to benefit her the way that they would. But the thing is, it's like we all know that it doesn't matter who your upline is. Like, yes, I think that there's something to be said about being on a team that you fit in with, and that's, a good team for you. But if you look at Brandy Botts, like she's in like number 5 right now in the company, and she doesn't even have an upline. Like she doesn't, and whoever signed her up never helped her, and that's not a necessary thing. But anyway, I went on a tangent. But just, I think you just have to really sell that, like sell how great it is to be on a team and like to be a part of this, and just focus on that, kind of shift gears a little bit. I don't know. And I think too, other people just have different skills, Like Ashley Campos and I were talking about this, like she can sell like crazy. She obviously, we see that she has like 40 freaking success clubs.
Yeah.
But she is not very, she doesn't, do well at recruiting, and she is really struggling with, trying to keep her team active and involved. And so I think we just kind of all have different strengths too. So whatever that strength that you have is, like, I think you just have to roll with that a little bit. And obviously there's a lot of different ways to be successful with Beachbody, so you just have to find what works for you and go with it.
Okay.
I hope that helps.
It did.
Anybody else? Ask me anything, any possible thing that you've ever thought. There has to be something.
I want to see your new tattoo.
What I got on my arm?
Yes.
I don't know. Can you see it?
Yeah. Oh, nice. That's pretty.
Thanks. I'd have to get it redone because when it peeled, the blue came off right there. Like, it didn't all stick. But I don't know why.
Cool.
I know our tattoo chat like went that. Talk about going off on a tangent, right?
My fault.
No, it's fine. Actually, it was funny because I think it was Ashley. She was like, I don't even know how that came out. Like,
Or you guys? She knew where you went.
or something like that.
She was asking me, and oh, you know why? Because I had told her that I hadn't been swimming in a while because I was waiting for my tattoo to heal. I think that's what happened.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah.
what it was.
But that's good because when those conversations happen in a group, like, look, that was one of the most active threads that we've had in that group so far. So, oh, that's the other thing we need to talk about is we need to name that group. And, sorry, my nose is dripping like crazy. So I don't want to like offend whoever brought that girl in. I just didn't like her cover photo that she I didn't want to use it. So I'm making a new one, and I made one already, and I had Amanda look at it, but we decided it's too like Christmassy, so I'm going to go with more of a winter theme. I don't want to offend anybody or anything. So, but we need a name. Like, I just don't know what to call it. I don't know.
Wait, what group is this?
It's the Fall Into Clean Eating group. So we need a winter name.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I just don't know. I'm running out of names. And then I'm like, I search through and like I can't type in clean eating anymore when I search for my group because like 50 of them come up.
Right.
So I need to like clean them out or something. I don't know. But because I love the Fitsmas. But I was thinking I'm going to use that for it's going to be our 12 days of Fitsmas giveaway. Like in the survival guide group. I think that's what I'm going to call the 12 days giveaway that we're doing.
It would be helpful if sometimes some of the other Fit Couture people would tell us what the names of their challenge groups are. I know that it sucks to copy off of them, but if we could like all brainstorm together, that might be a good idea.
I agree because like Brittany Iben just did one for Thanksgiving and she called it Burn for the Bird.
Yeah.
And I thought and she gave away a turkey and I'm like, hello, that's like brilliant.
Yeah.
But I saw it like 3 days before Thanksgiving.
Right. Yeah, I saw her on Pinterest promoting that, and I thought that's really a cool idea. But you know, we don't brainstorm or talk about that enough, and we should in like some of those other groups that we have.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think especially because how many of us are there, and we only come up with one. We have one name, but we have lots of ideas, and I'm sure that happens on all the other teams too, where everybody has an idea, but only one is gets selected. So. We should have like a doc with just a ton of like ideas for names. Good idea.
Now, on Pinterest, you can promote things. Like I don't even know much about Pinterest, but
I post a lot of my flyers on there, and I'll put them in my clean eating folder, or I'll put them in my personal Beachbody folder, or a lot of times I'll pin it somewhere and then I'll repin it into another folder, and then into another folder, into another folder, so that. Because I've been recently getting a lot of 21 Day Fix people following some of my stuff, and I don't know them, but they're following them, so I've been pinning things, like just uploading images, really, just any flyers that I've created, or maybe anything Jen's created, and adding my own thing to it.
What are you linking them back to? Like, so that when they click on their pin, where are they going?
I usually put my email address in the or my Beachbody website in the body of the pin, I guess.
Okay. Cool.
If I had a blog.
What I've been struggling with, I told you like Josh is helping build this like Pinterest board for me.
Yeah.
I think I was telling Rebecca that actually, and Amanda, but
yeah.
So yeah, because I noticed like Pinterest is just really like underutilized for Beachbody, but yet there's so many like health and fitness pins on there. But like what I'm doing, I have like a website that I just built on Wix, but I need to change it because it was when I still was using the Fitspiration name. So basically I'm building a new website using WordPress, and my plan is like if I post like a pin that says that you can get PiYo for free this month or whatever, that when somebody clicks to it, instead of going to my Beachbody page, they're going to go to my blog. And there will be like a blog post about that and a button embedded in it where they can click to order right from there.
Right.
So I don't know if that's like I don't use Pinterest for anything other than like crafts. So I'm like trying to figure out what the best way.
I've been trying to use it a lot. I've talked to Brittany Iben several times about the things that she does, but it just like I can't totally figure it out yet, because you can, since I have pinned a lot of 21 Day Fix related things or PIO related things, I get a lot of related follower or related pins, so they're not necessarily people that I follow or that follow me, but they're pinning, they have their own 21 Day Fix Pinterest boards. So I've kind of taken upon myself to go through that like I do Instagram and kind of just start following them in hopes that they follow me back, because then once you follow them on Pinterest, then you can send them messages. So it's not worked for me yet, but I'm trying.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't, like, I know Brittany said, like, she got a coach recently. Like,
really?
Signed up from somebody she connected with on Pinterest, and I just feel like it's so, like, it's such, like, an untapped market, but...
I did connect with one girl. I don't even remember, because I went to her main Pinterest board, and it had a Facebook link at the top, because most of them do if you connect it to Facebook. So I went to her Facebook page, and I started kind of going through to see what I could see on her Facebook page, and I just sent her a random message, and I mean, it probably went to her other folder or whatever, and then about 2 weeks later I got a response from her saying, you know, thanks for the message, I do have a coach, but I really appreciate it, and then she had a friend saying, and she said, you know, you never know when I may need more support, or, you know, maybe you and I would have more in common than my current coach, but, you know, I don't know. We follow each other on Facebook now, so.
That's good, though. That's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm just really trying to figure out, like, so I did this, like, Pinterest marketing thing, like, a year ago that one of my clients, like, wanted me to do to look at, you know, for stuff for her. And, it was more geared toward, like, retail type people, but I learned, like, a few things on there, but I haven't put any of this stuff into motion, but just, like, a few tips for Pinterest that they talked about, and that thing was, that the percentage, like, triples for people that actually make a purchase on Pinterest if you put the price on that little, like, slashy thing in the corner, the little price tag that goes on your thing. And then also if you put the price in the comment as, like, you know, like a $sign and then the amount with, like, a decimal place. That, like, being in the comment is what Pinterest uses to generate their gift guides. So you have a chance of your pins that you create showing up in those gift guides if you have the dollar amount in the comment. And then long pins, like the ones that are, like, super long, you know, and, like, not very wide, those get repinned like 12 times more than a normal pin. Like, just that shape for some reason.
Wow.
So I don't know why that is, like, if people think that they just, like, look cool, or I don't know. But they get pinned a lot, so that's something to think about too when you're making your pins with your 21 Day Fix, is, like, stack your images, you know, and make, like, a long, thin image, and maybe more people will repin it. I don't know. It's worth a shot. But I'll have to go back and find all my notes from that call, because it was, like, a 3-day thing, and it was really interesting. It was talking about, like, buying habits, but Pinterest right now is the #1 social media referral for retail. Like, people that are coming from social media to buy something are buying it because they saw it on Pinterest, not because they saw it on Facebook or Instagram. They're coming from Pinterest. So if you think about that, like, for us, that could be super beneficial if we can, you know, figure out what the best way to utilize that is. So. And it would be something, like I said, that's pretty, like, untapped. Like, a lot of coaches aren't using Pinterest. So if you can be at, like, the forefront of that, that would be crazy. It would be really good. So
I typically also, when I go and just randomly start looking for people, again, they just show up in my newsfeed, or whatever you call it, with it says related pin, and then they may have a board that says 21 Day Fix. So I usually go into their board, and then I'll scroll to the very bottom of it to see when the first time they pinned a recipe, when the first time they pinned a recipe, because if it was like 20 weeks ago, maybe this isn't good thinking, but I think to myself, okay, they're probably already doing the program. They may already have a coach. But if it was like last week or just today, then I may try to reach out to them. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right
I think
way
that
to do it
makes
or not.
sense, because especially if they bought it like off the infomercial or something, you can get them transferred to you as your customer. So that's kind of cool. Like, you can match those people up like that. I don't know. That's kind of nice. So,
That's cool.
that's a really good idea. I think I like that a lot. Anyone else have any burning
You're
questions?
so fast. Internet. Kylie, you are so fast. I just want to. I don't know.
What?
You're so fast at like getting through Pinterest and all these different like.
I just love
writing
it.
long posts and like, because I always wonder how Jen Richardson and you guys like do everything and still have time to do anything else.
I do it all at work. Just don't tell my boss.
Kylie's being paid to do Beachbody.
I just wish my sales would reflect that. Someday.
That's funny that you say that, Rebecca, because Jen just like did. Is anybody in the Revive group? She just posted today about like time management type stuff in there. So she had some good tips on like figuring it out. But it is hard to like get into a place to like just learning all these new things and then like actually like getting stuff done. It's hard. It takes time to like, I don't know, to multitask and whatever. It takes time to figure it all out, but you just kind of learn as you go. So
yeah.
Does anybody else have questions? You guys have to be thinking something, right? Anything? Come on, somebody's got to have a question. They're just like dying to know. Guys, I'm really disappointed. Nobody? Like you else, like somebody would say you're like struggling and you don't know what to do. What can I help you with? Like, I'll tell you anything I know.
What's the matter?
Oh, I have another kind of random one.
Okay.
So, one thing that I've noticed is like I'm able to post a lot. Like, you know, I go to the bathroom at work and I make sure I do a post. You know, I'm just like always trying to be on there. But I think what I'm lacking is like making my stuff look really pretty. Like, you guys all know I'm doing the whole Elf on the Shelf, doing like Pio or different kind of like Beachbody stuff. And I'll get a picture up, and then, like, if you guys saw Jen's picture, it is just gorgeous and flawless. And I want to know, what do you guys use to make everything look pretty? Because I'm not good at that.
I had that problem yesterday.
Yeah, I was going to say Kylie just asked about this. Okay, so here's my suggestion. Like, I make sure you have, like, whatever you're taking the picture, like, good light. And, I mean, even if you have to, like, move a lamp. And, okay, so when I take pictures of my food, I have, like, horrible lighting in my kitchen. So, like, right across from where I'm sitting right now, there's a wall, and it's just a beige wall, and there's a lamp right there. So I honestly, when I take pictures of my food, I usually carry it over to the wall and, like, take a picture of it under that lamp because it's better light than in my kitchen. So you have to find good light and use filters. One of my favorite ones, if you have an iPhone, is when you go into the picture, if you click on the little this little like doohickey in the corner here, right there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the one at the bottom is called Transfer. That one, I just really like that filter, and it's really good for taking your fitness selfies with too, because it makes you look like you're kind of tan. But it's just like a nice, I don't know, it's just pretty, like nice. But and then for Instagram, I almost always use the second filter on Instagram. I think like for me that works really well just because I have like blonde hair and like lighter skin. It makes like it balances my complexion and stuff out a lot. So for me, that works really well. But yeah, you just have to find like, the filters that work well for you. And then there's also an app called, I think I just deleted it off my phone though because, hold on a second, Josh, what's that app called that you use to edit photos? Camera Plus. That one is really good, and it has like a lot. You can do a ton of stuff with that. But I don't know. I mean, I would say that it's pretty rare that I take a picture and I like post it straight out how I took it. Like I usually crop it and add a filter, and if I'm on Instagram, I use that little blur tool. That's another thing I like to use. I don't know if you guys know how to do that, so I'll show you.
That's a great idea.
Okay, so I'll just do, this is a picture I took yesterday of Cece stealing my tea. So you pick a picture. This is how it like came out of the camera, so you obviously pick it. I don't know why I just did that. Hold on.
Did it backwards.
I can't do it backwards.
Instead of next.
I can't do it backwards. Okay. So obviously you guys know how to do this. So this is the filter that I almost always use, is this one. And then if you click on the little wrenchy thing. Sorry, I'm really technical here, right? Okay, so this little tool right here, I think it's Vignette, is how you say that. You can do that. We'll make it like darker around the edges and lighter in the middle. So that's kind of cool. And this is helpful if you're trying to distract from whatever's in the background of your photo and you want to focus more on what's in the middle. That's really helpful. And then the other one that I use is this one called Tilt Shift. And basically what it does is you can use a radial, which gives you a circle, and basically it makes whatever's in the middle of the circle really sharp. And then you can like stretch it out and it'll blur whatever's behind it. So it kind of gives you that look of like a professional photo where they use like the dual depth to make the forefront really sharp and the background really blurry. And then they also have it in a line. So you can do it like, I don't know how well this is like coming across on the screen, but so this is a line. So everything that's in that white part will be blurry. So like if I do this, her face will be really out of focus, but then I could like shift it up and like stretch it out. So now just her face will be in focus and the rest of the picture will be out of focus.
I love it.
So it's kind of cool. So you kind of just have to like play around with stuff, and there's so many like tools even just in Instagram. And the other thing that I do too a lot is, because I really like that filter that's in Instagram and I haven't found one somewhere else that I like. If you so I have 2 Instagram accounts, and like one of them I don't really use anymore. So what I'll do is I'll take a picture and I'll just DM it to myself, because then it'll save it. Or I'll post it really quick on Instagram and like delete it immediately, so it saves it with the filter on my camera roll. So like if I took that picture but wanted that filter before I put it into a collage or something. So then the other things that I use, obviously Rona, like I love for adding text and backgrounds and all that. And one of you just asked me the other day, I can't remember how you put like the logo into the picture. So what I do for that is I have like our team logo is saved on my camera roll on my computer. So I use PicStitch which is that one right there. And I'll just open it up and I'll pick like I don't know, like I would pick like one of these ones that has like multiple spaces in it. And then I would just put the logo like maybe in one corner and then save it, because then it's going to save everything else as white. So whatever size you make that logo, like it'll be white around it. But then when you put it into Rona, like it looks like just a white square with your logo in it. So then you can add whatever else you want to add to in Rona, or you could add one picture in one corner and just mix it up. I do that a lot. And then I don't know if you guys have seen, Rona has a new app out also. It's called Rona Designs Magic. And you can add light to pictures with this one. Let's see if I can show you guys. Fine.
Now you can't add a picture on top of another on top of another picture in Rona, correct? Because I haven't been able to.
Rona, you can't, but there's an app called PicWall that you can do that in. And it basically lets you like drag and drop pictures like on top of each other without, they could be a picture right in the middle of another picture if you wanted to. Like I've used that to like Photoshop people's heads into pictures and stuff, like silly stuff, I guess. But let me see if I have like a good. Okay, so here's like a good example for that Rona like light one. So it's like really bright. I don't know if you guys can even see this or not, but you basically add a layer, and it has all these different like options for light. And there's this thing in here called bokeh, and it lets you add these like dots of light to your picture. I don't know how to like put this. There we go. Can you guys see that better?
Yeah.
So see.
Oh, cool.
And like I keep seeing people do this, and it's really pretty because it makes it look like there's like sun in your picture. So there's just tons of like different ones that you can do. Like you can do that. See, and then it just kind of makes it look like you like took the picture in front of a window or something. So it makes it look more professional, I guess, or something. I don't know. And you can like make it really intense or not as intense. I don't know, but yeah.
When I did my superhero Shakeology post yesterday, I used Rona Magic with the edges because you could like make the edges of the picture look like worn.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you can even blur a whole photo in Rona Magic. It's really cool. I think, is it 99 cents or $1.99?
$1.99.
I think it's worth it though, because there's a lot, and Rona adds new stuff all the time. Like there's always new stuff coming out that you can add. And then the other thing you can do too is they have this thing in there called My Magic. So if you have like a filter that you really like, or like a effect that you use a lot, and it's like a bunch of layers, it's kind of like saving a recipe, and you can save it and then just click that, and it lets you reuse that every time without having to go back through all the steps. So kind of handy. I like it. But yeah, I think like, we tend to like compare ourselves to other people all the time, and Jen is like a total perfectionist, like in everything she does. So I think when we see her pictures, man, her house looks so perfect, and her like kids are always like not dirty, and like I don't know, that's just not my life. Like I don't know, but you can still make your pictures look nice, and obviously like having a phone with all these like tools helps that a lot. But yeah, I would just say like always at least like put a filter or something on your picture before you post it. And I don't know, like a lot of times like I will look at a picture and I'm like, oh, that's really cute, but I end up not posting it because I just think it's like not that great to look at. So I don't know.
Yeah, I've been trying to think of posts. I haven't done this as much as I would like to, but I want to post more things that people will want to share with other people. Like I want people to tag other people in my posts.
That's a good idea. I think a good way to get started doing something like that is like so the other day I asked like in my status like just like what people's like favorite Christmas tradition was. And is somebody on customer service chat? Or is that me? It sounds like customer service chat. So I think that's like one good way to start doing that is like make even just like a status update, and then like what happened in mine that was kind of cool is people tag other people that they do their Christmas traditions with.
Oh yeah.
Some people that like I wasn't even friends with got tagged and commented on the post, so that was kind of fun. And then one of my other friends, she said like she made a status and said I was inspired by Audrey's post, and she tagged me in it. I'm curious what your favorite Christmas tradition is. So then I saw all those comments, and I ended up friend requesting almost all those people that commented on her thread because I was like, hey, why not? Like, she's my customer, she's my friend. Like, these are people, now we have something in common. So, so that's something that you can do too. Like just sometimes those are like the posts that get the most action. It's just like asking people a really simple question because people love to share stuff about their life, especially when it's simple, easy, like happy things to think about like that. I remember like last year, Brandy Bots posted something about like, has anybody seen the Lego movie? I want to take my kids to see it. What did you think? And like 200 people responded on Facebook on her post. Like it was nuts. But it was because the Lego movie was really popular and it had just come out and so many people had gone to see it. So think about that stuff too, like when you're posting, to be like intentional with your post to like start a conversation, because those are the relationships that are gonna start conversations with people. I mean, somebody that actually commented on my Christmas post, it was funny because like 2 days later she messaged me and she said, hey, your sister like mentioned to me that you really like these shakes and that she drinks them too. Like, do you think they would work for me? And I actually just mailed her a sample, and actually I was messaging with her like when this call was starting because she was going to drink it tomorrow morning and she was asking me how to make it. But she'll probably end up ordering, and I probably wouldn't have connected with her on Facebook even though we were friends. But because she saw that post and she commented on it, I think she felt like we had enough of a connection that she felt comfortable to reach out to me. So just think about that. Like, it's not always about making you posted about Paul or you posted about 21 Day Fix. It's the things that you're just doing in your life. Like, people want to know that we're real people. So, I don't know. You just have to just mix it up, I guess. But I do like your idea of, like, having people tag. Like, I see people do that on Instagram a lot. Like,
yeah.
And it seems like it gets kind of viral because then those people that get tagged end up following you. So I think that if you can do it, I know Jen was saying like she tried to do something like that like a few months ago and it didn't go well, so she just deleted it. And that's the thing, is if it sucks, you can just
delete
take it down. So it's worth a shot at least. So the other thing I was thinking about, I'm not really sure how to do this, but I don't know if you guys have noticed, but on Instagram, loop giveaways. Have you guys seen any of these? They're really popular. Basically what you do is it starts with one shop, or like a lot of stores are doing it, or bloggers or whatever. And the reason I'm thinking about this is because I won something from one of them the other day that I didn't even really know that I like entered to win. But basically there's like a prize, and a lot of them are doing like a Target gift card or a Starbucks gift card or PayPal cash or something like that. So you start at one shop, and you have to like that photo and follow the person who posted it. And on the photo, they tag the next shop. So, you know, if you tap a photo once, you can see who's tagged in it, and if you tap it twice, you like it. So you tap it twice to like it, you tap it again, and then you tap and go to the page of the next person. You do the same thing. You like their page, you like their post, you go to the next person. And so they'll cycle you through like 12 or 15 people, and then you're entered into the drawing, whoever likes and follows all of those pages. But I noticed that one of the pages that I had gone through like a loop giveaway with recently, the first time I looked at her page, she had like 1,100 followers or something, and then I looked at her again today and she had 8,000. And I'm pretty sure it's because of the loop giveaway. So I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how we can tap into that. Like, what could we give away, and how could we do it so not, because I don't want us to all end up having the same followers, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But you never know, because it's whoever connects with whoever, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like that's a bad thing necessarily, because I'm sure we all already have a lot of crossover. But I know, I just think that there's really something to that, and they're so popular. Like, there's so many in my newsfeed today. Like, there was one that was giving away a Kate Spade gift certificate, and one that was doing Target, and I don't know. So I feel like we should like figure something out. Like, I don't know what it would be, but like maybe we could even do it in December or January to give away like a free copy of 21 Day Fix Extreme when it comes out, because people would be excited about it if they can like win it before they can buy it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and then like we order it the day it comes out and mail it to them. But I don't know. I gotta figure it out. But I think we should do something like that. So
yeah, I like that.
So I think it's the same concept as like the trend page. Like, a lot of the followers that we're all gaining from that are going to be the same because they're all following that same page. So I think it's the same concept. I think that even if we all end up with a bunch of new of the same followers, we at least have more exposure all around.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it kind of goes back to like what I talked about on our last team call was when you get to a point where you have a certain number of followers, like more people follow you just because they see that you have followers. And I think people are like, oh, why are that many people following her? Like she must be interesting. Or they don't feel like such a creeper following you if they think you're not going to notice as much if you have more followers. And like I've noticed on my Instagram, I think I told you guys this, but I like really buckled down and followed my own Instagram tips, and I have to look at how many. I know, because I'm telling you, I tell you guys to do stuff all the time, and then I end up not doing it myself half the time. But so I like just a few weeks ago had 400 Instagram followers.
Wow.
I'm excited because I spent a lot of time and I focused, and I got up to like 700 and something. So when we were in the car on our way to Thanksgiving, I think it was, I hit 1,000 followers, and I was like really excited about that. And I have 1,406 right now. So like in a week, I got 400 new followers.
Did you do that?
I honestly think that there's like something about hitting 1,000 that people aren't afraid to follow you anymore because they like think you're not going to notice you following them. And I have to admit, some of them have been weird because I had this one lady who was like a jerk to me about my gingerbread house the other day. But
Oh my gosh.
I know, I posted a picture our elf delivered a gingerbread house for my kids to put together. And she said, isn't that like totally against your Bible of diets or whatever?
Oh my God.
Okay. So I'm like, I'm
yeah.
not strict, and it's for decoration,
I'm gonna
not for
sit here
eating.
and eat the whole thing in one sitting.
Well, and I don't know anybody that eats gingerbread houses. Like, I don't know. They're kind of gross. But I said, it's for decoration. And then she says, then what's the point? But then I, like, look at her, and I'm like, she has 7 followers, and she's following 11 people. So I'm like, I don't even know how she found me if she's following 11 people, and I don't know who she is.
Yeah, that's
weird.
Yeah. Wait, so okay, this is what I want to know. How are you only following 500 people and then you have so many followers? That's what I'm having a hard time with.
Okay, so I follow and unfollow a lot of people. So I think I talked to you guys about that app that I use. It's called Followers Plus.
Yeah.
And it'll tell you, like, followers that I'm not following back, and then people that aren't following me back. So if I follow somebody and they don't follow me back in like a week, like I just dump them like a week or two, and then I move on, because I will say, like, typically if somebody's going to follow you, like, they're going to do it after the first few times that you like their photos. Like, if they don't take an interest and look at you, then they probably like just aren't interested in following random people on Instagram. So like I can see right now that 1,087 of my users I'm not following back, and I have 274 people that I'm following that don't follow me back. So then what I probably would do is I'm going to go through, and like a lot of those are probably shops that I follow because I was like doing giveaways or whatever. So I just go through like every couple weeks and unfollow anybody who's not following me back. But I just kind of, I don't know if there's any truth to this or not, but like the rule of thumb is that like you shouldn't ever be following more than half the people that are following you to like look legit. But I don't know. It's like, who made up that rule? I don't really know. So So I don't know. It's crazy though, because I'm honestly like, once I hit 1,000, it's kind of like taken off. So now I'm like, I told Ashley Campos, I'm like, I'm coming to get you. Like, it's my goal is to be at 5,000 by the end of the month. So I don't know if that's gonna happen or not, but we'll see what happens.
Because I've been working hard on it and it just hasn't been working. So I'm just gonna keep trying it.
Yeah, I think
the key really is to like spend a lot of time going through hashtags. Like devote like 2 hours one night and just sit there and go through hashtags. That's literally what it is.
And honestly, like, that's how I justify like watching TV. Like, on Sunday night I always watch Homeland. And if I'm watching Homeland, it's a little hard to pay attention to Instagram, but that's when I like do my Instagram, is when I'm sitting down at night and I'm watching TV. And it also seems like more people follow me back at night, like when I follow them or I comment or like on their stuff. And I don't know if that's just because that's when people are looking at Instagram. I know for me, like a lot of times I look at it like when I'm laying in bed before I go to sleep. But I don't know, I just like keep hearing from everyone, like Instagram is where it's at. I mean, Jen said that the other day, like that's where all of her new coaches and customers are coming from. And then the other
Yeah.
thing, Jen told me this, and I was really hesitant to ever follow somebody that was a private person, like that they had their profile like locked. But Jen was like, I follow them because they have the chance to say yes or no. And if they say yes, then they probably are truly more interested in your profile than somebody that you just randomly follow.
Yeah, I like
So
that.
I've had really good luck with that. Like, and one of the things I think I told you guys before, but I go through people that I think that like my message is maybe similar to. So like one of the pages that I look at a lot is Candace Cameron's. And
Yeah.
she gets like hundreds of comments on her photos. So I will click on the people who are commenting on her post and just look at their profile really quick and see if there's somebody that I feel like is, you know, would be interested in coaching or buying something. And I'll like or comment on their stuff, or I'll follow them if I think they're like super good. But now when I've start looking at those people, like a lot of them are private, and I would just pass them over every time because I felt like that was like invasive to send them a follow request. But Jen's right, like they don't have to say yes; they can just ignore it if they don't want you to follow them. So it's almost like if they take that time and say yes, that they're probably more interested in actually looking at your profile. And I think that's part of what's helped me grow faster too, is following those private accounts. So.
Okay.
And it's probably like less chance that other random Beachbody coaches are following them too, because I think now a lot of people will request a private profile of somebody that they don't know. So I don't know. It's funny because it's like what Jen said the other day, Rebecca. Was that last night or this morning? I don't know. But, you know, I think we're just always worried about what people are going to think when we like send them a message or we ask them. And it's really scary to like send somebody a message and say, hey, like I think you'd be really good at this. But in all honesty, like people are usually really flattered that you think of them that way, or that you think that they're inspiring or they have the ability to be inspiring. I mean, I know, like when I messaged Amanda Barlow, like she was like you thought that was nice, and you were like, oh, that's cool that you thought of me, and I don't know, like that's how most people respond. Like I very rarely get somebody who's like, screw you, you're creepy, like don't message me. Like people are usually just flattered that like you think of them in that way. So I don't know, we just like get in our own heads sometimes, I think, and we worry too much about what other people are going to think. But if they don't like it, they don't have to do it. Like it's just simple. So any other questions anybody has?
Real quick, what do you think about having 2 Instagram accounts? Like one more personal and one like really fitnessy, really like salesy, really?
I wouldn't do it. Unless you have like a ridiculous amount of followers. And I only say that because, okay, Instagram is not easy to manage 2 accounts. Like they don't let you be logged, like you can't be logged into 2 at one time. You have to log in and log out all the time. I had 2 for a while, one that was all Beachbody, one that was more personal.
Yeah.
It was just a pain. Like it was really hard to do, and I never really saw any benefit to having that business one. Now people like Ashley Campos that have 16,000 followers, and they don't want their kid like out there to 16,000 random strangers, then I would say yes. Like she has a personal one that she only lets like her family and friends, like people she knows in real life, follow her. So when you get to that point, then I say yeah, definitely. But for now, like I think that it seems like most people are just having success with having one, and I think for the ease of doing it, it's really challenging. Like there's an app that will let you look at like the comments and the likes for both of your Instagrams at one time, but you can only ever post to Instagram from Instagram. So you have to log out and log in, and you'd have to be flip-flopping back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of it's just challenging, and I think that like deterred me from posting as much as I should when I had both of them, because it was just a pain and I didn't want to do it. Like, and so I was like, yeah, I just want to post on that page today because I don't want to log out and log back in and then log out of that one and log into the other one. So I don't know.
Okay, thanks. Because I was thinking about that.
Yeah, I would just keep it all in one place, and I think it's good for people to see. Like, I think about that with Jen. Like, I think that that's part of why her and I connected so much, was because I saw her life. Like, I felt like I knew her, even though I didn't, you know? I mean, I kind of did because, you know, we all knew each other from our mommy group. But, like, I think that that's, I don't know, like I felt like she was a real person, not just like a Beachbody coach. And that's what made me like message her and ask her to send me Shakeology people. I think that that's important to like to show our lives. And if you have that account that's like all fitness and that's all somebody sees, then they may connect with you for the purpose of like buying something, but they're not going to connect with you to like build a relationship. Like there's just that wouldn't happen through an account like that. So
Yeah.
And if you think about how much traffic you get on like your Facebook stuff, it's the same thing. Like more people like your pictures of your kids than they do of your fitness posts, but eventually they're going to see them, you know, just from following you on Facebook. So if you're consistent about your common interests with your followers, then, you know, at some point they probably will reach out to you.
Yeah.
that's totally true.
Right.
I think the other thing too is like that I was thinking about today is like I recently sold Shakeology to somebody because my sister, who used to be a coach and she's not anymore, Amanda, I think is actually in her spot. So she like commented, she said something, I don't know about, I don't even remember what she posted about, but somebody that's like a mutual friend of ours was on there. So she said, oh yeah, I really like it's Shakeology is what I'm drinking and my coach is Audrey, and she tagged me in it. And so this girl ended up ordering Shakeology from me. And so I would like encourage you to like, you know, if you have friends or family members that are using the products, like I didn't ask my sister to post about it. She posts about Beachbody stuff all the time, but she's had really like amazing results with some of the products. But just like encourage them, because if they're sharing with their friends and can recommend you, and that's something we talked about in the group today too, is like offering a referral. My friend bought Pio this morning, and she was like, oh, my friend is interested too. So I told her, I said, if your friend buys it, just let me know what her name is, and then I'll send you a referral reward. And I usually send like a $10 or $15 gift card depending on what they buy. Like if they just buy a program, I usually send $10, but if they buy a challenge pack, I might send like 15 or something like that. But I don't know, like those people are using your stuff and they like it, so if they can be like a good word of mouth for you, and it's not like awkward to ask them, like especially if it's like your husband or something like that, I don't know, whoever. But like for me, that's been nice. My sister's posted stuff, and I think every time she posts something about Beachbody, like I end up selling something, and I'm like, dude, you need to sign back up to be a coach, because like she could be getting that commission. So
Yeah.
that. Oh wow. Any other questions? Everybody's like dropping off. You guys are dropping in flies. I know it's late though. It's like 10 o'clock now, so
Yeah.
I have to go move the stupid elf before I go to bed.
Oh yeah. I need to figure out where mine's going.
I know. Tomorrow our elf is arriving with a bag of change, and then we're gonna go put change in all the red kettles on all our errands tomorrow.
Oh,
So,
good.
We're trying to like use her to like, we're definitely using her as like a behavioral tool, because you know, our elf is on a candy cane strike right now because the kids have been naughty, because she brings 2 little mini candy canes every day, and they didn't get them yesterday or today because they've been really naughty. So the note keeps saying like, well, Santa said you haven't been good enough yet, but if you keep trying, the candy canes will come back. So
Funny.
a little bit of fiddling going on, but we're also like trying to use it to like, do things that like encourage character. No, I don't know.
Yeah, yesterday I came home from work and I asked her if when Marshmallow went to visit Santa tonight, if she was going to report back good things, and she goes, I think Daddy's going to say no.
That's so cute. I think it's fun that they get it. Like we didn't do Elf on the Shelf last year because I didn't think Elliot would understand it, but now I'm like, maybe he would have, but this year it's been fun because like he like literally thinks that those candy canes are coming from Santa's house, so it's been really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta figure. I don't know where she's gonna go. Like, I feel like we've been doing it for a while because we're gone a lot over the holidays, so I feel like I'm like running out of places to put her already.
Oh no.
Oh well.
I have a list at work that I keep forgetting to print out from the computer, so every night I'm like, well, I can't remember what I wrote down on the list, so make something up tonight.
I would
Yeah.
tell you to take a picture with your phone, but it probably wouldn't work, right?
I can take a picture. I can take a picture. I just can't send a message or tell you what time it is. Right now it says. Right now it says it's 9:09, which I don't think is right. Maybe it is right.
Nope, that's right. That is right.
Oh, it is right now. It won't be right in 5 minutes though. It'll tell you it's like 6 a.m. in like 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh. That'd be
So
confusing.
awful. Did they offer you like a refurbished phone or anything?
Oh no, she said that's going to be a full replacement. That's $269. I said, excuse me. She was like, yeah, sorry, we can't. She's like, apparently my warranty is completely voided because of the crack on my screen.
Wow.
Because the very top of it has like a tiny bit of the exposed like underneath, and
Yeah.
so they're trying to tell me that something probably got in underneath there, and that's what's screwing up my phone.
But it's clearly not the problem.
It's clearly not. It's clearly a software issue.
Ah,
So unfair.
So yeah, so I have a broken phone for who knows how long. I'm eligible for an upgrade, and I can go do like the AT&T will charge me like $20 a month or whatever to do an upgrade, so I don't have to actually pay any out of pocket. It's just the principle of it. Like I shouldn't have to do that. So
Yeah, you totally should.
apparently I'm gonna go to AT&T and get an iPhone 6 now since I can't deal with this phone forever. So
Well, make lemonade, right? Sucks. So it's so funny because I've had like such good luck with like going to the Apple store. Like they've always been really nice, and I've never had them say that like a crack or something like voided. my
yeah,
wa-
and literally that's the first time I've ever been inside of an Apple store. Ever.
Ugh. I'm like
The first lady was like, "Oh, welcome. You know, we're gonna take great care of you." And I had to go to like 3 different stations to get all checked in. And the lady was like, "He told you that you're not that that warranty is voided on this phone, right?" I said, "No, I wouldn't have come to this table if he had told me that. I wouldn't be waiting here for you to tell me that you can't help me if I knew that you couldn't help me." So she's like, "Yeah, that's gonna cost you $269." I'm like, "It's supposed to be a free phone. Like my warranty's not up for another 2 weeks or another week." She's like, "Nope, sorry, we can't help you." But then my husband's phone is doing the exact same thing, and his is not apparently, an issue on or an operator error. It's the fact that it's broken. His is a software issue. I'm like, how can you diagnose the same problem as 2 different causes when it's the exact same thing?
Yeah.
And it's weird because like I set the phones next to each other on the counter, and I had the iPad next to it. I'm like, and they're both telling 2 different times completely. Like his said it was 4 something, mine said it was like 5 something, and it was actually like 6:15. Like this doesn't make any sense. Like why is this not working?
It makes me sad that they didn't help you. Like I've just always had such good luck with their customer service. So
yeah, I was so frustrated leaving there, and it's not close to go either. It's 25 miles.
Oh.
So it's 6 hour traffic. So it took me 45 minutes to get there. And it's in like a town square mall in like a really fancy area. So it's like you got to park in a parking structure and then walk a ways away to the store. So it literally took me 2 hours for a 5-minute in the store process.
Oh,
like,
that's so frustrating.
So.
Oh. Well, hopefully a new phone will be nice though, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
And hopefully I can get, and they want to do like a complete restore on Eddie's phone, but that means he loses like a lot of stuff on his phone because they can't save like text messages or like all of the stuff he has bookmarked on his, Safari and stuff. Like that's not stuff you can save. So
Yeah.
they want to wipe out his iTunes account completely because apparently whatever bug is in the software is attached to your iTunes backup.
Ugh.
So it's just
terrible.
Oh my gosh.
So I have to go back after we back up all of his pictures and his videos and music to the desktop of the computer. Then I have to go back to Apple so that they can witness that a restore is not fixing the problem, and then they'll replace the phone.
That's such a hassle. Like I have never had them be that like scrupulous about like giving your
And
free
it's not even like the latest model of the phone. Like we both have 5Cs. Like it's not like I'm trying to return a 6 Plus. Like they came out last week.
Yeah.
or weeks ago or whatever. It's an older phone. You know, they're over a year old
Ugh,
or almost a year old.
that makes
Yeah.
me mad.
We'll watch the Lego movie in a minute, okay?
Mhm.
In a minute.
How did this get on?
I'll turn it on in a minute. Emily's begging me to watch the Lego movie,
Oh.
but really she should be in bed. They're still so sick.
Aw.
They have the terrible coughs. It's like they're gasping for air when they cough. It's so bad.
Do they have croup, do you think?
I think that's what it is because both of them, their heart rates are like really fast, and it's like, and I was trying to, I googled it the other day to see like which upper respiratory or like which lung issue was the one that caused like tachycardia, and that was the only one. So I think they both have croup, but they're both on the albuterol nebulizer every 4 hours. So I mean, there's not really much else we can do.
Kylie, your boys are sick too, right?
They've had coughs for over a month now, I think. We've been to the ER once, urgent care twice, and the doctor once. And then the other night, I think Nolan had croup. We didn't go to the emergency room or doctor because I remember last year we took him for croup, and they said, oh, just in the middle of the night, if he's coughing like that, just take him outside, give him, make sure he gets a deep breath of the air, or open the refrigerator and get that cool air going through. And so I gave him some Benadryl.
Yeah, this sick kid business is so terrible.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Amelia's not running a fever anymore, so she's past her seizure risk now, so we can hopefully breathe easier.
Oh, that's so hard though.
Yes.
And neither one of mine will eat anything. They're just like, I think their throats just hurt really bad, so they're just like not interested in food. But then they yell, then they cry about being hungry.
Oh,
Come on, food. Please eat.
Do you have any shake mix? You can make them a shake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have those Boost Kids makes like a non-dairy supplement that Amelia has been drinking forever since she doesn't weigh enough. So I give them those, but they're high calorie, like 400 calories for like an 8-ounce shake. But yeah, it'd be nice if everybody felt better.
Yeah. Wow.
Emily, stop doing that, please.
All right. Does anybody else have any other questions that I can answer? Or anything I can help you with, or anything you're struggling with, or maybe we should have had this last week, like before you guys rocked out volume. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna go look one more time because when I looked earlier today, it was 100 more already today than it had been just a little bit before that. So
I just sold something, so there's something to see.
It should probably go up. I should look and see what. I don't know what side you're on for me.
How many did you guys sell the Max 30?
I haven't sold any yet.
I haven't sold any yet.
I honestly most of my people though are 21-day fix people, so that's really tough for me to sell Shaun T stuff. People just aren't really interested in that. So,
yeah.
I don't know. It was funny because I was just today thinking oh, should I buy Max 30 and try it just so I can talk about it, or should I just skip it and focus on 21-day fix extreme coming out? I don't know. And I've had a lot of people buy P90 lately. I had 2 ladies buy it recently that are buying it for their husband for Christmas. Husbands. So I'm maybe I should do that one because I don't know. Max 30 scares me a little bit.
It does me too.
Yeah, I'm intimidated a little bit. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna order it or not.
Especially after we started Gamma on Monday, I was like, wow, it's been a while since I've done this, and Max 30 is gonna be way harder than this.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can feel that.
I watched the modifier doesn't look bad at all, but then I look at that and I feel like I wouldn't be like feel like I'm actually doing anything. So I'm like, I think I need to find like somewhere in the middle to do it. And then I don't know too, like I'm not really supposed to do anything that's like super. I'm not supposed to do anything that like squishes my back, like compresses it.
Right.
So I have to like skip all the jumping, and I don't know how much of that there is, but I would imagine there's probably a lot. So
yeah.
I don't know if it's best fit or not, but I always feel like I should like do the stuff so that I can talk about it. But
Yeah, that's because I bought it because I have one client that has it, but I'm not looking forward to it.
yeah, do you think Ryan will like that though? Because like Ryan liked P90X3, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna be like, he's gonna do one workout a night, and then I'll do another workout, so we can kind of know what's going on. Like I did Turbo Fire last night, and that was crazy. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, Turbo Fire is hard. Like, and I'm just like thankful nobody like sees me when I do it because I probably look like the biggest idiot in the whole world. Like it's terrible.
That's me doing body combat right there in this living room.
Amanda, Fifth,
my God.
tried Turbo Fire yet?
Yeah, I did the one that came with Pio,
Uh-huh.
like lower head or something, and it's ridiculous. Like, it's insane.
It is. Like, I thought about you today or yesterday when you said that you liked hip hop abs. There's an older program called Turbo Jam that Shalene made, and it's like more dancey, but it's like super cheesy. But I bet you would really like that one too.
Yeah, I love the cheesy ones.
Yeah, it's kind of like 90s, like late 90s, early 2000s music. Like it's kind of, but it's good.
I need it.
I know I should look. I don't even know if do they sell that anymore. Like it was funny. Somebody asked me the other day if they could order what is that one called? Yoga Booty Ballet or whatever, and I'm like, do we even sell that anymore? Like I don't even.
I think you can still buy.
Like it might be on a VHS. I'm not sure. But I guess she's doing it at her gym. Like they have the class at the gym, so she wanted it to do it at home. So
It looks good. But
yeah,
like
it's really outdated, and it probably hasn't been updated at all.
But the songs in Turbo Fire are old. Like they're already kind of. I feel like I'm in an '80s workout video sometimes with it.
They are, and I think that's part of the problem. Is like, well, and I think Shalene likes like kind of old school music anyway. So then it's like really old school. But because I even think about that when I'm doing Pio, like that music is going to be really like outdated really quickly. That's in Pio.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would think about that stuff more, but I guess we're not the production crew, so.
But I'm glad I did the Turbo Fire because now I kind of know what it's sort of like.
Yeah.
So I know it's crazy.
It popped into my head too that I meant to like ask earlier in the call, but I was talking to Jen today about I get really frustrated when you call Coach Relations and then they just tell you to have your customer call because it's like a security issue or something. And I was thinking about like so a lot of my friends sell Roden and Fields like skincare stuff, and if you order something from them, they even like my friend that I buy my Jamberry stuff from like has this where they'll send you an email and you just like kind of fill in the blanks and then you forward it to their customer service department, and it basically says, you know, like I give my rep so and so permission to handle my account so that they can like make changes and do stuff with your account. And so anyway, Jen and I were like talking about like trying to lobby Beachbody to like allow us to do that because I don't know if you guys feel this way or not, but like I feel like people feel like because we're their coach that we should like be able to fix stuff for them, and like a lot of times we can't. And that's kind of frustrating. And I know I had an incident like yesterday and today where I was dealing with this customer and she was so frustrated. I felt like if she had to call again, she was probably just going to tell them, forget it, like cancel, whatever. And luckily she was a little bit more patient than I anticipated her being. But I just kept thinking like all I was trying to do was get a refund for her because they overcharged her for something. And I understand them having to speak to someone to charge their card, but to give them money back, like they shouldn't have to call. So I don't know. So I guess my question is, Is that something that you guys feel like you've used? Like, do you run into those situations where it would be easier for you to have control of your customer's account and be able to do stuff for them? Or do they expect you to be able to handle stuff like that for them?
Yeah, I think
For
that
like
would be great.
What did you say, Rebecca?
for like broken DVDs and stuff like that. Like that, I feel like we should be able to request.
Yeah, I totally agree. So, and then Amanda, what did you say?
No, I think that would be great too. And like, it's not a problem necessarily that I think I've had, but I remember I'm in another like random fitness group it stems off of like the December 2010 moms, and they call it Food Whores. That's the name of the group. It's a bunch of really fun names. And one of the girls had signed up she bought a challenge pack from another coach, and she canceled Shakeology just on the fact that she had to go through so many loops just to get her flavor changed. And I feel like that happens a lot, like people get so frustrated because they can't do things online, or they have to go through so many steps just to do something so simple. And if we could do that for them, that would eliminate a lot of the frustration, or have them having to sit on hold or take time out of their day to spend 30 minutes on the phone. Like that we could do for them.
Okay. That's good to know, because I think what we're thinking is like they have been asking the Star Diamond leaders, like 5-star and up, for feedback as they're building this new website that's going to launch. And that's, something that I was telling Jen, like, even if it's somewhere like in their account screen, that they could go and just say like, this person's my rep and they have permission to like call and talk to about my account. Because they have that for coaches. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, for those of you that have a spouse signed up, but there's a form that you can fill out so that you can call and deal with your spouse's account. So it's like they have that for that, so they have the ability to do that on some level. So
right.
I think it would be helpful, but yeah, they just keep asking like for suggestions and feedback as they're like building this new site. So that's something that like I definitely want them to consider, because that's super frustrating for me. Or like even like canceling HD and stuff like that. I would have people that say, can you skip my HD for me for a month, or can you cancel it and then I'll buy it again in 2 months? And like I can't even do that. Like you have to tell them to call, and I think people just don't like to call. So I don't know.
I really think that they should put that on the website. Like that should be something you should be able to manage online without having to pick up the phone.
Well, did you know that as a customer, you cannot even really see like your orders? Like I was just talking to my friend, like she was trying to remember what day her Shakeology shipped, and like I wasn't at my computer, and she's in her like account screen, and she's like, there's no like, she can't see her order history or like anything in there. You can see like what the last flavor was that she ordered, to remember if she switched it for always or just one time. Like there's like no record in there for them to look at, and that's like frustrating too. So
yeah, I think like the only way for you to know like when you purchase something or what you purchase is like the email confirmation, because Chanel had that issue when she was trying to get her coach fee waived. She had bought a challenge pack last November from another coach. And she's like, I don't know when I bought that. She's like, I don't have any way of looking to see when I bought that. She's like, and I didn't save an email from a bag of Shakeology I received a year ago.
Right.
And so she had to call, and they had to like look her up by like email. They had to like match her identity basically to previous orders to be able to find her original challenge pack order so that she could get her $40 back.
Yeah, because like I can see like you can go and click on a customer and see their order history, but I logged into like my sister's account. I don't see it in there, like unless I'm blind. But yeah, I just don't think that there's a way. So I guess like my point is with that too, if like there's things like that you guys think would be really beneficial, just like let me know so that we can, get that information to the people who need to hear it, so that we can make sure that, when a new website comes out, that it's, it's going to be good and it's not going to suck. But I really hope it's going to be good, because I just have this feeling that when we were at Summit at the core, they had this little checkout thing, and you checked out like on an iPad, and it was so slick. Like they just like clicked the product and it like went into your little basket and you swiped your card, and I'm just really hoping that that's what that was like a trial for the new website, because it was really nice. So hopefully, fingers crossed, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Matter.
I got boogers.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, Tyler, just like tag me in that loop.
I know.
That's
I
funny.
was trying it out.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about, though. Like, how easy. And then, like, look, she has 75 likes on that already.
Yeah, I was going through it, looking. I just searched the hashtag loop giveaway.
Yeah, there's so many of them. So we'll have to figure that
I
out.
tagged you in it too, Rebecca.
Oh, I see that. Oh, yeah, thank you. Awesome.
I just think it's cool. Like, it's such a great idea. And so simple. Like, you just click it and go on to the next one. And
This one only had 3. I was on one a little bit ago that had 30, but they were all in Australia, so I don't know whether I would get any of those prizes or not. So I quit.
Yeah. Aw. So, okay. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up because this is like getting long, and for the people that are gonna watch it on YouTube, if it works, fingers crossed. So. But if any of you think of any other questions, just let me know. But I'm going to start posting our little daily challenge thing tomorrow. So watch for that. And then I'll draw a name for somebody that was on live tonight, and I'll mail you something in the mail. A little goodie. So, and then I picked up a ton of stuff on Black Friday from Bath & Body Works for our 12 Days of Fitness giveaway thing. But we should probably, like, as a group at some point decide what we want to give away as, like, a bigger prize for the end of that. And I think that in order to win the big prize, you have to, like, have purchased something, like a program or Shakeology or Challenge Pack or something to go in the pool for the last day. Or maybe you get, like, 5 extra entries if you bought something. Or we'll figure that out for the big prize. But I think that'll be fun, so. All right. I hope everybody has a good night, and we'll start our little prepping for January challenge tomorrow. And I hope that it'll be helpful for all of you. So.
Ah.
All right. Well, good night, everyone. Hopefully the recording works. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.